Now, as the weather gets colder, Donal is here with the perfect recipe for those autumn nights. So you are cooking something today that is, it's in the book, Meals in Minutes.
Yes.
And this is quick food. So if you're coming home from work and you want to cook something that's fresh, and you cook it there and then, there's no excuse.
This is it. This is it. The whole book is 90 suppers from scratch with 15 minutes prep. And this is a perfect example of it, because literally a handful of ingredients, 6 ingredients. We've got gnocchi, we've got a bit of tomato passata, some frozen spinach, we've got garlic, chili flakes, which you're bound to have in your store cupboard anyway, a little bit of olive oil. And this gnocchi is one thing that is a really great store cupboard ingredient.
Never.
Do you not? And do you know what? I'm glad you said that, because it's something my mum is always saying that she never cooks it either.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to convince people this is a great supermarket ingredient, because you can pick fresh packets of this and it'll freeze really well.
Okay.
So it's a handy one to have in the freezer that you can just knock out for a really quick dish like this.
So you're happy to get it out the packet rather than make your own?
You can make your own by all means, but this book is all about quick cooking and getting dinner to the table. And by all means, you can make gnocchi quite easily, but you have to steam your potatoes. You have to make sure you get your tomato, or you to get your eggs and your flour and start making it. And it's a bit of nonsense. This literally is a dump and stir situation.
Yeah.
So it's potato based and gnocchi.
It's potato based. Yes, and they're actually, I think they're more Moorish than, a traditional pasta, so they're really quite comforting and rewarding.
Right.
So we're going to make up a very simple sauce to go alongside this bake. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil going in here. We have it on a low heat here, and what I'm going to do is add in a little bit of chili flakes. We're kind of seasoning up the oil. It's actually a little bit hotter than I thought.
Chili flakes.
Well, I like it spicy, Holly,
Yeah, it's good.
on a winter day. We're also going to add a little bit of garlic in here. I'm going to turn this down, because really what you want to do is flavour your oil here. So this is definitely a lot hotter than you should have it.
Right.
I would suggest you start and season and basically flavour out the oil rather than cooking out, because the garlic has a tendency to burn. And stuff like
I see.
that. So,
OK. And by cooking the chilli, does that bring out the flavour?
Well, if you think about any of these store cupboard ingredients, they're sitting in the store cupboard for so long, and by adding them to oil like this, they will just come alive and they'll become a little bit aromatic and look lovely and gorgeous. Right, I'm just going to pop behind you and grab some passata.
A whole wallop.
Did you get that? Yeah.
Do you smell that?
Yeah. Oh, it's a spicy
Take your
dish.
breath away. Can you taste that?
With that.
Wowza!
It'll definitely knock the socks off you, but that's what you're after,
Exactly.
Yes, sinuses,
that
isn't it?
really has.
This is it, And the great thing is we're using tomato passata, another great cheat ingredient, because the sauce is already made. You could do this and start from scratch with garlic and onions and sweat them out, add 2 tins of tomatoes.
Yeah.
But who's got time for that, Holly? Come on.
And this is a good basis then for if you're having pasta, normal pasta. This is just a good chili tomato sauce.
This is exactly it. So, and look, we have made this up. All you're doing is heating it through. You're getting those flavours involved, and we're going to dip. We're basically, as soon as these gnocchi come straight up to the boil, we're going to transfer them straight in. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Can you overcook gnocchi?
You can. So yeah, it's basically the way to know, especially if you haven't cooked them before. All you're going to do is wait till they pop up to the surface, and then they are done. So it's a really easy way.
They
tell you. They knock on your door and kind of go, "You're ready to go."
Gnocchi.
Oh dear.
Nice.
It's a Dr. Dolittle in the studio, wasn't it? Right. So the other ingredient we're going to add into our tomato sauce is some spinach. So we have some frozen spinach. If you have fresh baby leaf spinach, by all means do that. We've squeezed out any of the excess. We've just let it defrost and squeezed out.
And that's because when you freeze it, it does get quite wet, doesn't it?
It does.
Holds onto it.
Yeah, there's a lot of moisture that you get from it. So it's very easy. You just squeeze it out in through a sieve or something like that will do the job. So we're just going to stir that through. And again, look, this is simple cooking. This is quick dinners.
And healthy, actually.
Well, a little bit of gnocchi is kind of heavy, but that's fine. You could do it with salad on the side. I like your attitude towards it, Holly. It's great.
Good for a bit of hidden vegetables in there.
Good for hidden vegetables,
Let's
exactly.
go with that.
I like how you're selling it. It's fantastic. Right, so we've got our tomato sauce, we've got our gnocchi, and you can see they're starting to pop up to the surface, give it a little bit of action. They sometimes need a little bit of help, but they're nearly there. These ones are pretty much good to go. So we're going to transfer them straight across. Again, this is all happening on the hob, very quick to make. Phillip, would you make this at home?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you a gnocchi fan?
Don't do a lot on gnocchi.
No, I don't.
Do you not?
No, but there's no reason why I wouldn't do gnocchi.
Yeah,
They are funny-looking little things, aren't they?
They're like pillowy dumplings, and a lot of people kind of pass them up in the supermarket as something that,
You know what they look like?
Are you going to...
Go on.
Witchetty grubs.
Yeah, I was going to say something out of a bush tucker trial.
Perfect for I'm a Celebrity.
I know, I'm going to have to get used to looking at you. That's what I can do. I can just pretend it's a giant gnocchi.
But you don't have to eat the grubs, do you?
No, but I can't look at people eating them. I've never watched an eating item.
Really?
No, I can't watch it.
Well, now you're going to be
just
standing
imagine they're
next to
gnocchi.
I'm going to have trouble eating this now I've said that.
This is it, right? We're going to finish it off before you go off a complete
Oh,
with a bit
God.
of mozzarella. They're delicious. They're delicious. We're going to finish this off while it's still on the hob in an oven-proof casserole like this. We're going to finish it off with some mozzarella on the top, and then this goes straight in the oven. And literally, it's going to cook just until that cheese is nicely melted. So really simple.
minutes,
and really
really?
quick. Minutes, exactly. So we
Nice.
have one that is good to go. So we're going to bring this over, and you can taste some lovely witchetty grubs in a gorgeous tomato sauce. It's all delicious. What more could you want?
Yummy, yum.
There you go. So it's out of the oven there at that point.
Oh, and you bought my favourite spoon as
We bought
well.
your
Well done.
favourite spoon. I didn't realise it was your favourite spoon, but now I
It
do. There we go. So let's try some. Could you make that in 15 minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
That's very straight, but that's a good family dinner
This
right
is it.
there.
I mean, look, cheesy tomato mozzarella.
Oh my God,
Like,
you know,
this
I'm
is-
actually starving.
Are you? Well, this is the perfect dish, Phillip. Will I give
Oh, it's moving.
Will I give you another little
Behaviour.
bit?
Careful, careful.
Oh, the mozzarella looks like the stuff that comes out of it as well.
Oh, we've wrecked
Don't
it
say
for
we're
you
putting
now.
people off
Sorry,
this beautiful
sorry.
dish. Come on, Ollie. I'm here to sell a book, for goodness sake. In all good bookshops now.
It's actually really, really very good.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do.
Have
I
you
do.
been put off by the witchetty grubs?
No.
Not at all. Gnocchi's
blame you,
really
Phil.
nice, actually. It's much softer than I thought it was going to
It's very pillowy.
before, but I remember sometimes it's been a bit
Bit chewy.
tough.
Yeah.
A bit tough.
Yeah.
So I think that's the key. Don't overcook it.
But the nice thing is also, because we had autumn foliage and reeds at the beginning of the show, we've seen loads of lovely autumn pictures. That's a real sort of warmer,
It's
isn't it?
comfort. Like, this is the sort of thing you could come home to, pop it in the oven, and you've got dinner to the
Yeah,
table.
and you can
No
make
fuss.
it to that point and then put it in the oven once everybody's at home.
Exactly. And you
Yeah.
could make it. It freezes as well.
Yeah.
There you
Start.
There we go. Meals in Minutes. That's the book. And thank you very much. That was lovely.
That was great. And
Thank
great
you.
to meet you guys.
And you too.
I was getting a complex that I've only been on with
Oh.
Eamonn
You
and
normally
Ruth.
do
so-
Fridays,
Come back and
don't
see
you?
it.
They're very protective. They
That's
keep it
true,
all for
that's true.
themselves.